Okay, so I know we have intro music now, but imagine if it just like shifted from the goose honk into a careless whisper saxophone solo. Because like we're getting in the mood, okay? We're talking about romance. My name is Jess.
My name is Hannah.
I'm Chey.
And I'm Jill.
We have guests. Oh, yes, we have the ever so lovely ladies from Smuts After Dark. We've talked about it a few times here. Would you guys like to talk a little bit about yourselves?
Well, I'm Chey. I'm from Smuts After Dark. This is Jill.
Also from Smuts After Dark.
Great.
We have our very own dark romance-ish, bookish podcast. I say bookish because it's book-related, but not totally book-related.
We're all over the place.
We are. We really are. I find it's a more so like a very sex-positive podcast where we take a lot of our inspo from smut.
Mm-hmm. Real.
And we just hang and have chats.
I love your show for that.
Yeah.
I'm all about sex positivity, body positivity. So.
Exactly.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
We need more of it as women.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Really this is what I'm saying.
I've always been such a sex positive person, like ever since high school. I think to the point where it made people uncomfortable a lot of the time. So having our own podcast and just being able to put myself out there really kind of helps, because then I don't feel like it's all like inside of me constantly. Like a demon.
Just bottling it all up and gotta let it loose.
We'll talk about demons later.
Please. Please do.
Yeah. On that note, this episode is going to be significantly more explicit than our standard content. And with that being said, if you are a dad, no the fuck you are not. Please either kindly turn this off or never speak to us about it, because I don't want to talk about it.
I don't
need to know. Don't need to know.
If you know us in real life, no, you don't.
Yeah.
London,
exactly.
I know you're listening.
Oh my god, London, go away. Like, I love you so much, girl, but go away.
Oh, London. Oh, she's gonna listen.
Oh, London. She's 15 now?
Yeah.
London's Jess's sister, for everyone who doesn't know. She's 15.
Mm-hmm. She's reading a lot of romance right now. She has learned that she does not appreciate a slow burn.
No.
And you know what? I gotta respect her for that. So
I think my first smut or like romance book at that age was the After series on Wattpad before it became published. Reading that in science class in high school.
A real.
Oh my goodness.
On my phone. Can I just do silent reading on my phone, please? Straight up porn.
I remember one very specific Wattpad story, and I don't remember the band that it was on, but it involved a milk enema, and that's really all you need to know.
Okay.
Okay,
Here we go.
Dropped the title.
How are you gonna do that to us? Like,
that is all I remember.
You're gonna edge us like that?
Say things like that and not tell us.
I will do some research and report back.
All right.
Thank you.
So there's our little disclaimer. First, how's everyone doing? Do we just want to go around and say how we're doing real quick?
Little feeling circle? Love that.
Cute.
Well, I'm great. Just live, laugh, love, and life.
Yeah.
As you should be.
We finally recorded an episode after like a month-long hiatus, and that's coming out shortly too, so that'll be good.
Nice. Great. Jess, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I have been binge reading like fucking crazy lately.
I know. I saw it
I'm
in
on
the
my
Keep your
8th
January.
book
Yeah,
of
I saw your
January.
January reads. I'm like, girl, what kind of marathon are you on right now?
It's because my practicum site is like so far away from my house, and so I'm on transit for 3 hours a day right now, and I'm just like buzzing through. It's crazy. So I'm doing good.
I always forget that you guys are from like bigger cities because Saskatoon is so small that I can get from one end of the city to the other in 20 minutes.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I'm on like the very east side, and it takes me an hour and a half to get to the south.
That's crazy to me.
That is.
I could.
Yeah, and this week my bus got hit by 2 cars.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was insane.
What?
She texted me pictures and I woke up to it and I'm like, what is happening like, over there? What is going on?
Not good things.
Crazy.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Talk about delay.
Yeah, your bus is delayed for real.
Yeah. Best part is I could see the hospital from my bus.
Oh no.
Did you walk the rest of the way?
No, I waited, and then another bus came that had 0 passengers on it, and I was like, hey, can you drive me right there? And he was like, yeah. So.
Oh,
cool.
Well, that's
shout out.
That was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Nice.
How is everyone else?
I was about to say that I'm good. I'm not. I'm having a rough week. If I'm being completely honest, I'm breaking out. School's getting crazy. Having just like stress headaches, but it's okay. We're going through it. We're reading, we're wearing comfy clothes, and I get to do this at the end of the week. So I'm feeling a lot better now.
That's
Self-care.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. How you doing, Jill?
I be real with you guys, I'm so fucking tired this week. I don't know what it is, if it's that January time of the year, but I'm just not sleeping good. I also got a puppy recently, and she keeps me up a lot during the night.
Yeah.
And then work, like I work in payroll, and it's T4 season, which is disgusting.
Ew.
So I'm feeling the exhaustion a little bit, but I'm good, doing good. It's Friday. You got to be happy about that. And 2 days off to just play video games and hang out and hopefully read. So. Yeah.
That's our problem. Me and Jill have this issue where
Yeah.
since we started the podcast almost a year ago, I don't think I've read more than 10 books.
I slacked so hard. I had this goal of how many books I wanted to read last year, and the end of the year came and I was like, ooh, girl, I was not even like half of that.
Hey, you can read 1 book and still be a reader.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter.
True.
You could read
Exactly.
3 pages. That counts.
I would just like to point out that Momager has had hunting Adeline since January 2024.
My good sir.
My guy, what?
There's 2 books before that one, and I'll rate them.
I do that though. Like I do the same thing because I'm such a mood reader. I'll pick something up and I'll get like 15 pages in, then I'm like, no, this is not it, and then I'll like leave it on my currently reading for like 6 months to a year, and then suddenly pick it up again. I'm so bad for that.
Don't even look at my Goodreads. Like, I got so many things on the go that I completely forgot about. I'm like, oh, right.
Yeah. We have Fable, so everyone can see it too. So it's like, oh, okay, great.
It's not on the Fable, but on my story graph, I've got the Bible in my currently reading.
I love that you're reading the Bible.
I know, I just keep it in there for funsies.
Like never said what
that.
to church. You've probably read more of the Bible than I have at this point, and
Oh,
I was
probably.
raised Christian.
Yeah, I've read a shocking amount, but
Yeah. How is it?
it's scary.
Yeah, it is.
I can relate. I went to Bible camp and I became a born-again Christian when I was like 12, and I sat and read the Bible.
Yeah.
That was a time.
It's straight up a horror book. I've read horror books more tame than the Bible.
Yeah, Bible
It's
camp.
scary.
Bible camp is crazy. Like I went to Bible camp all throughout my whole. I think the last time I went to Bible camp I was like 16. It's nuts. The Bible's, and then I have a graphic novel version of the Bible. The artwork in that, it's straight up horror. Like it's like gore. Like it's
Just slaughtering
God.
everyone.
yeah, it's great, beautiful artwork. But like,
Man.
The Bible camp that I went to, this actually just got brought up the other day. I guess I kind of want to bring this up. I went to Bible camp with this one guy, and then years ago, I think it was back in 2021. I don't know, but he became a camp counselor at this Bible camp and performed exorcisms on children.
Oh.
And actually, the Daily Mail has a article about it.
That's fucked up.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I had a crush on him back in the day.
You would.
Taste.
So I would. But yeah, you could, if you just look up Redberry Bible Camp, Saskatoon, or Saskatchewan, that's as far as I'll go. You guys can do the rest of your research.
Wow.
I'm not about to out anybody here.
That was nuts.
Wow.
Well, how's Momager doing? Thumbs up from the back. Yeah. Oh, 2. Woo!
2 thumbs up.
Momager's doing great. Okay.
Perfect.
Well, in honor of Romance Month, February, as they call it, we are talking today about our favorite spicy novels, okay? Romance, smut, love, lust, and romance, I think it is. Love, smut, romance?
It changed.
It's
we don't
different.
even have a slogan anymore.
I think it's love, smut, romance, something.
I don't think we even know.
It changed a few times. I lost track.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gave up.
The switch up is crazy.
See, that's the beauty of when we do intros. I just tell Jess to say something and she just throws something at me, no warning. That's how we start.
Yeah.
That's how we are right now, too.
It's a good time. Sometimes gold comes out.
Yeah.
It's the beauty of a podcast is you can change anything, It's not forever.
True.
Yeah, and this is also why we got intro music. Because the awkward singing was not
my
it.
goodness.
That needed to stop.
I loved it. What are you
Oh my
talking
God,
about?
no.
It got so difficult.
It was bad. It was hard to come up with. And then, so I had texted my friend who is like a computer science major, music minor, like music composition or something crazy like that. And I texted
You
her.
guys know it's way too many smart people.
She's the
Hannah.
smartest person I know, but she's also very talented with music. And I was like, hey bestie, you gotta help me out here. I can't be doing this for the rest of my show. This is really embarrassing. And I said, I just want to feel like I'm frolicking and add some bird noises, and I want some flutes. And she said, and created that. So
I love it.
It was great.
I remember when I listened to that episode that you guys did with the first time intro music, I was like, what is this? This feels amazing.
Yeah.
Where am I?
Yeah, that's my friend Anika.
Oh, she did great.
She just composed that in Muse score. I was like, and then she's like, it's like not polished yet, but this is what it's gonna sound like. And I was like, that's the not polished version? Like, what the heck?
Crazy.
Imagine being talented. Oh,
Right? Like, she's unreal.
Couldn't imagine.
She's probably gonna hear this too, so.
Great.
She's amazing. I love her.
Yeah, we love our music guy over here.
Send her our way. No. I don't even know what we do at this point. I don't even think I listen to our own episodes anymore.
I don't. I edit them and then I never think about it again.
That's momager for you.
Yeah. Cool.
With that, why don't we get into the books, the recs?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
All right.
So, I will bite the bullet and start us off.
Perfect, because I wasn't going to.
I know. It's okay. I will take one for the team. So, my first recommendation, it is one that I read within 24 hours. I read the first half on a plane. I read the second half the next morning. And I would like to preface the fact that this is purely an entertainment read because there's nothing logical about any of this. And it is Ice Planet Barbarians by Ruby Dixon.
I've heard of that one.
You've not read it?
My goodness
I've
gracious.
never read it. I heard it was good.
It was better than I bargained for. It was recommended to me by Hannah.
Yeah, because Hannah was what? Right. I've read 4 of them, yeah. There's like 20 books
21.
in the series.
There's 21.
Holy shit.
Yeah, Ruby is busy. Okay.
Yeah. So are the 7-foot-tall blue aliens with ribbed dicks. Ribbed for her pleasure.
Oh my god.
So,
Momager's face is like,
skin is also like velvety. So, picture this. You are kidnapped by scary, scary aliens, and then you crash land on a foreign planet. And the planet is basically just winter tundra, okay? You don't stand a gosh darn chance until you come across a local, and he greets you by eating you out.
Whew. Yes, please.
Yeah, that it was a hell of a hello. And
yeah, hello.
Yeah, he is like 7-8 feet tall, blue, soft, fucking ribbed for her pleasure, as Hannah said. Radiates heat and just wants to fuck her constantly.
Send me there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got abducted and then they crash landed and then they were like, oh no, we're just gonna stay here actually.
Yeah. Actually, I think this is not so bad.
I think this is actually fine.
Yeah.
I keep hearing about that book and I'm like, I don't know, because I don't know how I feel about monster romance in general. But I keep hearing it's a really good book, especially if like if you're just getting into monster romance.
As an avid monster romance reader, it's definitely a good intro because like as much as they're aliens, they're fairly human-like, and so like the only thing you really have to wrap your head around is that they're blue, and the rest is just like really good. So it's a good way to like dip your toes in,
just
which
giant
is
penises.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's how I got Jess into it. So
I think now that you said that they're blue, now all that's playing in my head is I'm blue. Da ba dee da da da.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew that was coming.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so
I hope that's on the playlist.
better be. But yeah, they just have a silly goosey time. Fucking in the cold.
Amazing.
cave.
Yeah, in multiple caves.
Multiple caves.
In the midst of like furs and like
Yeah.
it's very primal in that sense.
I have a question. Did you read this on your Kindle or did you read the physical book?
I read it on Kindle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was
Good to
going to say,
know.
how do you feel about reading smut in public if it's a physical book?
I do it. I don't care.
You don't
I
care?
have not had that opportunity as of yet. However, I'd probably be fine. But also, confession. You know the romance covers that are like almost like the basic ass AI fucking drawings of like I know that she's a good writer, and this is nothing against the author, but Tessa Bailey covers.
Cartoon covers.
Turn
the
off.
cartoon covers.
Turn off.
Me too.
I
Me
hate
too.
it. Ugh.
I hate
So, like,
cartoon covers.
Wouldn't be caught
I
dead
won't
even
buy the
buying
book.
one, so
No.
I have no problem reading any of them in public because it doesn't look like that.
True.
Oh my god. I had no idea you felt that strongly about
Yeah,
it.
it's a hot take, but it is hot nonetheless.
I absolutely hate cartoon covers. Something about it makes me feel like it's a kid's book.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's become a huge trend, and I hate it.
Yeah, they make me feel gross.
Yeah, me too. I used to hate real people covers too, but
I kind of do, but it depends on the cover. Like, if it's done tastefully or, like, just in a really nice way, I was just like, oh, okay. But also the texture of some covers. Like,
yeah.
you know the ones that are, like, almost sticky plastic? Don't like that.
Yeah.
And I only ever find that with romance.
The sticky plastic ones?
Yeah.
So they're easier to clean.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh my god. Oh, damn.
Oh.
she went there.
I actually have no idea.
Love that we all just went, oh. Okay.
And that's on literature. Like,
Yeah. That's on literature.
oh my gosh. Wow. What a great one to start on. Yeah, that was awesome. Cool. Chey, do you want to go next?
Oh god. Okay, so now that you described your book though, I feel like the shit that I have written down is so stupid.
It was a soft launch, okay?
It's fine. Give it to us.
Because I just wrote down like how I would describe a book.
Oh, do it.
Okay.
I dare you.
Safe space.
So I got Five Brothers by Penelope Douglas. I actually didn't read, like, I didn't really like this one all too much, but I thought my description for it was pretty funny.
Okay.
Because don't ask me character names. I wrote down, a girl with daddy issues is from the rich side of the tracks. Her friends with benefits is from the other side of the tracks. And he has 4 other brothers who all think of her like she's part of the family. And they take her in, and she's always there. And the oldest brother hates her, but she makes her way down all the brothers and fucks them all.
Hell yeah.
And then ends up falling for the oldest brother, who's well over 10 years older than her. But what she doesn't know, I'm doing spoilers, fuck it.
Yeah, whatever.
What she doesn't know is that her mom used to pay him for sex.
Okay.
And
Wow.
they decide to get married and have children and live happily ever after.
Oh, even after that. I mean,
Yeah.
get it. Was he rich?
Yeah. It was a very slow burn, though. I felt like it was
sounds
really
like a
kind of
slow one.
boring.
Oh, London, hear that?
London would hate it.
Well, it wasn't a slow burn as the sex part of it. It was more so like I was reading it. I'm like, what's the point of it? You know? I was like, where is the story going? And I love P-Dog. I do. But I feel like you might have to read Tris 6 first, because that is about the sister of the 5 brothers. And would it be FF romance? I don't know. It's girl on girl action.
hell
It's
yeah.
a little
Sapphic.
lesbian.
Yeah, Sapphic. It's Sapphic.
I didn't know that.
And it's pussy.
Oh, I love pussy.
Oh.
It's women. It's the
Yeah.
WLW.
Is it
Yeah, women
Greek?
love women. Yeah.
I think it's
Ooh,
Greek.
Sapphic is a Greek
Yeah.
word.
The word sapphic comes from the poet Sappho, who was the first female poet to write, like to explicitly write lesbian literature.
Yeah, I knew if I said
Oh.
something like that, she would spew some shit.
Snap.
And, and that's not the only thing of interest that I learned from my degree.
So, because you think you got your degree and you know everything.
I actually don't have it yet. I shouldn't say that. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so that's how I've been writing my descriptions.
No, that was great. What would you rate the spice level? How many chili peppers out of 5? I should say Ice Planet is like I don't know, like a 3.5 chili pepper.
Considering that, like, I read a lot of Chantal Tessier, and like her Lord series is literally just all spice.
Yeah, that's a 5 chili.
That's well over 5. The 5 brothers, I don't know. I would probably, personally, I would give it maybe a 3.
Fair.
3.
Yeah, because she's fucking all the brothers. I mean, it's in the name, 5 brothers. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Self-explanatory.
Yeah.
We love open and honest
So-
communication.
Yeah. They all know.
Yeah.
So they're all sharing her, but they don't share her at the same time, which I was like
Ugh.
a little disappointed about.
Yeah. That's like the
Come
best
on.
part of that many suitors.
Yeah.
I know. Like, I'm coming over. You mean to tell me that you're not all gonna fuck me at the same time? I'm sorry. I was really looking forward to a gangbang.
Unbelievable.
Need some Credence vibes on that one.
Yes.
When the, yeah,
Ooh, I do have that one on here.
Nice.
that was a good
Nice.
book. Good book.
That was
Cool.
one that I almost bought, but it had a sticky cover.
Oh. It was used.
Oh. Ew.
At
Oh my
Indica.
god. Yeah,
It was a return.
that's wild.
Oh my goodness.
Goodness. Okay. Hannah,
Perfect.
would you like to go next?
Sure. My first one is called, it's a series, but the first one is called Stalked by the Kraken by Lillian Lark.
Ooh.
So Lillian Lark has become my favorite monster smut author. Just because she gets real fucking creative with it. And so the first one in the series is about this woman who is a witch who runs a sex bathhouse, and her clients are all like magical creatures and witches and of various kinds and things like that, and they basically like harness the magic from the bathhouse, and then like they sell the magic, and so that's how their like business model. So then they're not like there's no payment for sex or anything going on, but there is a lot of sex going on in this bathhouse. And so she runs this bathhouse. It's the family business. It's insane. And this like Kraken shifter man comes across her one day and goes, "Oh, so you're my mate, actually." But she's a witch and not a Kraken, and so he doesn't want to scare her away, and so he just stalks her for a while and figures out like where's the best opening to like start dating this witch, and then a lot of smut takes place.
Nice.
Wow.
A lot of like there's a little bit of a breeding kink situation.
Oh my god, I love breeding kinks, but without babies.
Oh.
Yeah.
I just love cream pies.
This definitely has a lot of that.
Fuck yeah. What is that called again? I'm typing it down.
It's called Stalked by the Kraken by Lillian Lark.
The keys in the back.
Sorry.
It's also
ASMR.
like tentacles and built-in BDSM situation, because
We were just talking about tentacle stuff on our episode from yesterday.
yeah, so this is more
There
tentacles
we
for you.
go.
And this is the first in the Monstrous Matches series, which I haven't read the rest of the series, but I've read the 2 novellas that are part of the series as well. The first one is Found by the Lake Monster, and it's all seems to be like fated mates kind of a situation. I'd probably give it like a 3.5 to 4 chili peppers on a 5 chili pepper scale. But it's also, it does all that with like a ton of sex and body positivity and like diverse representation and things like that. So I was like, work. I love smut that like
Love
actually does stuff.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Smut with a meaning.
Yeah, exactly.
Give me porn with a meaning, please.
Exactly. And so that's been like my recent romance hyperfixation is Lillian Lark, because it's just fantastic, and I like the monster romance.
I have to say, I love when monster romances with the whole fated mate situation, and they just like you said, where they're just like, "Oh, actually, you're mine." Love that.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you were
don't
made
have a
for me, and
choice.
now I'm devoted to you for the rest of time. So
Real men could never.
I mean, that's like basically what my guy did to me. He just went, "Hey, so I'm not leaving," and I just went, "Okay,
now we have Jared.
Sounds good.
yeah."
That's pretty much what my ex-fiance did, and I was just like, nah, I'm out.
Yeah, actually, just kidding.
You're not gonna leave? I will. But that's good. I'm glad that you have love in your life.
All right. Jill, you got one for us?
I do. So this one was actually, I think it would be considered like a monster-ish type romance. I know we talked about it on our pod a little bit. It was meant to be more of like a funny read, and I actually ended up like enjoying it for all of 11
So
pages
good.
that it was. So it's so small, I will disclose that. But it's called Stuffed by the Were-Turkey.
I almost talked about this. Yeah.
This is my favorite episode.
Oh my god. It was just so like, so I read this at work. So I'm like sitting in my office reading this, and I'm just like, at first I'm like, what the
yeah.
fuck's going on? But yeah, basically, I think she's like an animal rights activist, saves this turkey and takes it home. And as she's getting prepared to do Thanksgiving dinner with all of her friends, she has this turkey in the bathroom, starts knocking shit over. She goes in there, and one thing leads to another, and all of a sudden he's half man, half turkey. And she at first didn't want to accept it, and then I think after a little bit she was like, okay, like I see what we're working with here. I think I could enjoy this. And then they just get down and dirty on top of mashed potatoes and make, as I quote, some taboo gravy.
That line is everything.
Oh my gosh. And then the ending was really funny too when her friends came over. She woke up the next day and her friends came over and they were getting mad because they were like, we were outside and all we could hear was you yelling like, I love meat, I want more. And she was like,
I'm a vegan.
they obviously didn't know what was going on. Yeah.
Because she was vegan. She was making a vegan Thanksgiving dinner
Yeah.
for her
Tofurkey?
friends.
Yeah. That book for me was just, it was funny, but it was also like low-key good. And I personally don't read like monster romance. So that's the closest I've ever been. But I was just like, okay, I kind of see what you did here. I kind of like it.
It was good. Like, why was I horny?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
I read it at work too. It was a mistake. I work in insurance, by the way. So and I was just between clients. I didn't have anything to do, and so I was just reading that at work. And I'm like, and I'm reading this, and I'm like, sir, I am at work. Like, calm down there, Mr. Turkey Man.
What are you doing to me?
I also read it at work, and I sell cell phones for a living, and there's only 4 women that work in the company, and so I work with a bunch of dudes, and they get to hear my smut stories.
Yeah,
and what I'm reading.
They low-key like it though. Like, I have a lot of male friends. They low-key like it, and I'm like, why don't you just read it? And they're like, no, I don't read that like girly shit. And I'm like, okay,
yeah, it's not girly. I'm like, if you want to know how to fuck,
literally
read a book.
Literally, you say chick lit, I say instruction manual, my guy.
Yes.
I recently had the Shadow Daddy talk with Jared.
Ooh.
Oh
my god,
Jared.
He was asking questions. Okay.
Of course he was. Oh my gosh.
Great.
That's great. Yeah, wow, Stuff by the Were Turkey. I was hoping someone would bring
that
that
was
up.
a good
Thank
one.
you, Jill. That was awesome.
Yeah, I had to. I'm like looking through the books that I've read and thinking about them. I'm like, that's got to be on the list. Like, it was just too good not to be. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that was good.
Cool.
Well, it also very beautifully segues into my next book, which is called Laid by the Lint Trap Monster.
Oh my god.
By Holly Wilde. I read this literally yesterday because it's like, you know what? Disclaimer, it was my birthday yesterday, so I was like, I'm going to treat myself.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
And I was like, I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to have a fun little novella read on my, million-hour commute home. And so it was 14 pages. And basically, the main character, she just bought herself a house. She's a DIYer. That was stated so many times. And so she is like, you know what? I'm just going to relax for a minute. I've been working so hard. And I'm scrolling through my phone. I'm doom scrolling. And then, oh no, there's a video about how your dryer is going to light on fire because, you didn't clean this weird part of it. And so she goes, oh shit, I got to go check this dryer because it's like this house is from the 70s. And so she goes, and sure enough, she catches it right when it's about to light on fire because of course. And so she pulls out the lint trap and she's trying to tug the lint out. And then she hears a deep voice go, hey, stop pulling on my cock.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
And she goes, whoa, okay, then give me your hand. And she gets this thing out of the dryer, and it's like a 7-foot tall, like, amalgamation of, like, towels and, like, fabrics and lint. And, like, it's described as, like, his sinewy muscles are like towels for his arms. Like, it's crazy. And she basically just starts giving him some sloppy toppy right then and there. And then she, like, takes her underwear off and, like, throws it at his face. Why? No reason. And then...
Does it mold into his body?
Good question. Not addressed, but I'd like to believe yes.
He just gets bigger all of a sudden because she threw
However,
her underwear at him.
He did then have a clothesline pop out of him that turned into a sex swing.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so he set her up in that and then basically just went, this house has a lot of things that need fixing.
Huh.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
Laid by the Lint Trap Monster by Holly Wilde.
How long is this book?
14 pages.
Love that.
Yeah, how much
amazing.
lore? 14 pages.
Yeah.
So
That's the thing
much.
with these short novellas, though, like these 11-page books, is there's so much that happens.
Where it's just like, holy fuck, like you're on a ride from page 1 to page 12.
Yeah, like I could tell you more about a book that was 11 pages than I could tell you about a book that was 500 pages.
You know what? Size doesn't matter. That's proof.
No, it's all about how you use it.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
The lessons we've learned today, ladies and gentlemen.
We're learning so much about each other, about books. This is great.
Getting a little personal.
Like, hi, nice to meet you. Now let's get into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. I have a praise kink. Like,
Oh,
Me too, girl.
such a good girl.
Don't we all?
You guys are doing so good.
She'll
I
actually
weaponize
text me and like praise kink me into like drinking water and eating something and taking care of myself.
Oh my god.
Jess, I'm giving you my number. I need that.
it. Happy to provide.
Just have it on a rotation. You know, just.
She lives to
I
please.
really do.
Oh,
I really
love
do.
people pleasers. They're the best.
You have no idea.
Please me.
I will serve you.
Be a good girl and please me.
Yes, mom.
Oh my god. Shay's
I'm blushing
good at
right
that.
now.
Oh my god.
Don't worry, I got you.
Awesome.
Well, would you like to give us our next book, Shay?
Sure. Have you guys ever heard of Chuck Tingle?
I can't
Yes,
say that I have.
I have. Why is that ringing a
It
bell?
sounds serious.
So, the title of the book is called. It might be a little political, but I don't know. It's called "Slammed in the Butt" by Donald Trump's attempt to avoid accusations of plagiarism by removing all facts or concrete plans from his Republican National Convention speech.
Oh my god. That was like a crazy Fall Out Boy title.
It's also like only like a 14-page book, and that's the book. Just those words. No,
Was
I'm
that
kidding.
title half the book?
Yeah. So this guy, he's a writer for Donald Trump.
Uh-huh.
Donald Trump, okay? we're not
Good old Dom, you know.
yeah, Dom.
Love Dom.
He's a Dom.
Oh, yeah.
We're not getting censored out here. Okay.
No.
He's a writer, and Donald Trump's like, nah, I don't like that speech, but he reads it anyways, right? So then he goes back to his hotel room, and he feels like he's failed, and he gets a knock on the door, and it's the speech. The speech came to his door, and he's like, oh my gosh, what are you doing here? And he's like, well, I can't stay here because Donald Trump says that I don't belong here because I'm not from here.
What the fuck is happening?
So then he's like, well, then you could stay in my room. And the writer, and he even specifically says, I'm not gay, but this is the most attractive thing I've ever created.
Oh.
And yeah, he gives him the American dream for the evening. That speech gives him the American dream.
Wow.
It was a great book. I
Nice.
read that one at work as well. My favorite part of it was when he said, talk dirty to me, and he goes, American dream, fireworks, bald eagle.
Hell yeah.
That
It's
sounds
giving
like Chuck
America.
Tingle.
Fuck yeah.
So, I don't know if that's a little too political,
oh,
but
that
it
is
was...
just fine.
It's perfect. It's perfect. And there's also just like as a writer, like just imagining like just how meta is it to get fucked by your own work, you know? Like that's really how it makes me feel sometimes.
But it was so good. I couldn't put it down. I bought it off of Kindle because it's not on Kindle Unlimited. So I bought it on Amazon for my Kindle. It was like $3.99.
Oh, love those.
10 out of 10 suggest. And it's actually 2 books in one, so he actually has a second book in there. So it says it's 36 pages, I believe. But yeah, 10 out of 10 suggest buying a Chuck Tingle book because he's fucking funny. And obviously that's not his real name. It's a pen name because he'd probably get into a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I've heard about Chuck Tingle, and it's so weird that I have because it was from, like, one of my friends who just, like, thinks Chuck Tingle's really funny, but I don't, like, just because of the titles, I don't think he's ever actually read anything by Chuck Tingle. But, like, I've heard about it, so that's, like, weird that you bring that up. That's crazy. I should get one.
Yeah, there's another book. It's called Not Pounded by Anything.
Okay.
Sounds like a combo.
Trans wizard Harriet Prober and the bad boy I don't know, an adult, yeah.
Okay.
Trans wizard Harriet Prober in the Theater of Love.
Wow.
That was almost like J.K. Rowling controversy there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chuck Tingle is hilarious.
Scary stories to tingle your butt.
Oh,
7 tales of gay terror.
There we go.
Great. So I guess we'll all have to check out Chuck Tingle.
yeah.
A pound a day keeps the butt okay.
That's a good one.
Yeah, so if you haven't heard of Chuck Tingle, go read a Chuck Tingle book. It's so worth it.
That sounds life-changing.
It does. It
It
truly
is.
does.
Beautiful.
It was like the thing that got me into reading those short little novella books. I was like, these count as books, right? I can add these to my read.
Yeah,
what
they
is
really
it?
juice you up.
They do.
Yeah.
They're great for in-betweeners.
And you
know?
hit your reading goal. Like, that's my secret. Like, I read 85 books last year. What you don't know is that half of them are under 100 pages.
It's perfect.
It sounds way more impressive than it is. Okay. Is it supposed to be me next? I've lost track.
I think so, yeah.
I think so.
Okay. The next one I have is called Gifted to His Dad by Jay Wilder.
Ooh.
It's a Christmas romance. I use romance lightly. It's erotica. It's basically this guy who doesn't really have parents, but has a stepdad that took him in after, like, his mom married the stepdad, and then his mom left, and he was already 18 at that time, but the stepdad was like, well, I guess you can live with me, that's fine. And then they become really close friends. And so he brings his girlfriend home for Christmas to meet his stepdad, who's more of a roommate. Like, he did not raise him. It's just like he married the
Sperm
boyfriend.
donor.
Yeah. Well, they're not blood related. Like, it's
right.
just the mom's husband, and then the mom took off.
Just a homie.
And yeah, he's just a homie. And so he brings his girlfriend home. Stepdad comes home early, walks in on the boyfriend and his girlfriend on the couch, and it's like super awkward. And then she's super attracted to the stepdad. The stepdad's like super attracted to her, and so we end up with like a throuple situation.
Oh my god.
Okay.
So she is gifted to his dad. It's self-explanatory. But
I love
but
it
yeah.
when it's in the title.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I guess you'd consider that taboo romance. But it's
writing all these
really
down.
good. I really enjoyed it. I had a good time. That was the last book I read last year for Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm happy Jesus' birthday.
So is it a true why choose?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes. It's a true why choose.
I hate these why choose books where they pick someone at the end.
Yeah,
I'm like-
no, they end up all getting married together at the end, I think.
Yes.
Oh.
And it gets like lore dropped at some point in either the boyfriend's perspective or the dad's perspective that they had been like planning this for years. Like, they decided that they wanted someone to share, and that's why the boyfriend actually brought her home, because he thought that she was like right for them.
Oh,
Wait a
shit.
minute. What happened to the mom?
She left. She's been gone.
Good.
Before
gone.
or
See ya.
after they made this plan?
Disowned.
Long before.
Okay.
She's like just out
Okay.
of the picture. Nobody cares about her. She sucked
Okay.
and abandoned
Okay.
them both. Yeah.
Good.
All right. In that case, it's
Fuck
fine.
that bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's Gifted to His Dad by Jay Wilder. It's insane. It gets pretty unhinged. There's plus size
I love
representation, which I'm always here for.
Yes.
Woo.
So, yeah. It's a good one. It's a good time. It's unhinged, but it's fun.
Where's the application to fuck my boyfriend's dad? Like, I need it. You know, I'm at that age where I could have you or your dad. Okay, so don't
Preach,
fuck
girl.
with me.
I've gotten old enough. Okay.
Gotta stay in line.
Yeah,
Right.
fuck me over, and I'm calling your daddy. I'm calling your daddy, okay?
Oh my god, now I'm just imagining my most recent ex's dad, and he's like almost 70, and like,
Oh, no.
God.
Hey, does he got money? Ultimate revenge has become his stepmama.
That would be.
oh
That'd
my
be
god.
crazy.
No, that's a joke.
Okay, Jill, I think it's your turn.
Yes. My next book is it's called Seduction in the Horror House by Misha York. So this one was also another short read. I think it was about like 35 pages long. But it basically starts off with this girl wakes up in this super dark room. There's like a candle lit in the corner, can't see anything other than little details from the candle. And she realized that her ankles and her wrists are chained down and she can't move. So she starts feeling like cold gusts of air on her body, but it's different. It's like more focused around her body and her legs and like kind of moves up her thighs. And it's this whole vibe that is created in the beginning, and she starts hearing voices from an entity that she cannot see. It literally just doesn't exist at this point. And it basically just has sex with her and rips all her clothes off and just does all these dirty things to her. And once it leaves, she's able to free herself, and she realizes she's stuck in this abandoned old house. So while she's trying to figure out how she can get out, there's like a hide and seek game going on, and this entity ends up finding her, takes her back to this room where there's then another entity. So there's now two of them, and
Perfect.
she sees their true form as demons.
Okay, so what's this called again?
Yeah, catch Jess's attention immediately.
I'm on Kindle.
It is on Kindle. I did read it on there. It's called Seduction in the Horror House.
In the horror house.
Yes. Horror
Okay.
like scary.
Okay.
Not horror like slut.
I'm like, I read a lot of horror, and like, I'm so scared that I'm going to be talking about this like brutal murder and be like, oh yeah, like this great horror book. And it's like, oh. I found it. It is in my library.
I really enjoyed it. I love, like, I'm super into paranormal and stuff like that. So, like,
Yeah.
demon
That's so good.
smut is so good. And yeah, it just, they both take her and all these dirty things happen, and she wakes up at her house the next day and they're there, but now in human form. And then like
Oh.
more things happen, and she's just like forever bound to them. Like
Wow.
they'll come and go as they please. That's that. She's bound to them forever, and it was a good read. I really liked it.
You know
Wow.
what? If there's
For such a short
one
book.
thing that I trust Jill for, it is Demon Smut Rex.
Yes.
Period.
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
Jill is the go-to demon smut.
I
Person.
will be reading this within the week.
Please do. Oh my god, and tell me what you think about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You will be hearing from me.
Get a group chat going.
Yeah. I feel like it kind of, I don't know if you guys heard the episode, but we did the like write your own short
Yes.
stories.
I
And I
heard
feel
it.
like that.
Oh my
yeah.
god, the sleep paralysis demon blew my mind.
Oh my god, yeah, that was everything. Please, dear God, write it and publish it, please.
Oh my god. Send
Oh
it to
my
us
God.
first.
I'll be a beta reader.
We're greedy.
I volunteer. We are
Yeah.
greedy.
We did just do an episode. I mean, I guess this episode will be posted by the time our episode's out, so you'll be able to hear it. But we had a listener actually write the demon's point of view and send it in.
Oh my god.
So
got
we
fan
read that.
fiction.
Yeah, so
Oh
we,
my
we,
God.
sent-
First ever.
we read that on the pod. So
That's crazy.
Wow.
Oh,
It was
wow.
so
I have
good.
to-
Oh my gosh, that's
There-
fantastic.
It's a male writer,
Oh.
Oh.
but it's still great.
I mean, I feel like the demon had a male perspective, so I feel like
Yes.
that's fitting.
Yeah, there were a lot of big words that we did not understand, though. Like, we were sitting there and we're like, we're so dumb. We need to Google these words and figure the fuck out, like, what is going on here?
That's so
Yeah,
funny.
so if you hear me stutter reading over this, it's the dumb bitchitis, okay? Please don't.
Oh my god, inflammation of
Don't
the
come
dumb
for
bitch.
me. Yeah.
Inflammation of the dumb bitch. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It really
so-
came out.
So I first started listening to Smuts After Dark right when I was taking a medical terminology course. And so episode 1, I think you guys say dumb bitch-itis like 40 odd times. Like, it's insane.
I love that episode.
Yeah, it was great. I had a wonderful time. However, every single time the word dumb bitchitis was said, like, my autistic ass brain just went inflammation of the dumb bitch every single time. And it was just like rapid fire.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, yeah, it was crazy.
Just I'm running rampant over here.
Oh my
On the
gosh,
show,
yeah.
in case you couldn't tell.
Yeah. So,
I want to get sweaters that made that. Whoa.
Yeah, word Chey. They're hard.
Words are hard.
Words are hard.
I want to get sweaters made that say, "Sorry, I suffer from dumb bitchitis," and it's not. There's no cure, because I'm pretty sure that's exactly what I say
yeah, it's
in
something
the first
like that, yeah.
episode.
If you release that as merch, catch me getting one, because like I need it for real.
I feel like
Yes.
it just gets worse with age, too. You know, when they say, like, oh, you get smarter with age, I'm like, nah, I just get more dumb the older
No.
I get. Like,
No.
Oh my
Actively
God.
losing brain cells with every bong rip.
yep.
I'm just like this. I have the memory of an 85-year-old woman with Alzheimer's, okay? I dead ass left the oven on and smoked out the house once. Like, it's not good.
Oh my god, that's so scary.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
I haven't done it since, but like that one time was crazy.
That was enough.
You gotta start putting sticky notes around your house.
I do.
Oh my god, same.
I do. It's really
Like,
bad.
turn off the oven. Just completely forgetting what's happening.
Yeah.
Well, do we
Oh
want to
my
do
gosh.
one more each?
Yeah, we could do that.
Cool. Okay. So I'm kind of cheating because it's technically 6, but it's one series.
I was hoping you would talk about this.
I know you are, and I can't resist because, The Bonds That Tie by Jay Bree. It is it's the biggest series I've read since I was 14 binging Harry Potter. And that was a big deal. Secondly, it is the one and only book S in brackets that have made me cry, which is unheard of. And also, oh my god, it caters so heavily to the praise kink, 2, reverse harem. Why choose? Truly, why choose? Okay, there's 5 of them. Just like, yeah, every single one is just like a fucking stud. And they all have their own powers. 2 are shadow daddies. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is a shapeshifter. One of them can manipulate like her sensations or like her feelings.
Sorry, I'm just moaning over here.
He can manipulate any part of the brain, essentially.
Yeah, it's crazy. And another one is just straight up indestructible. And she gets all of them.
Every single one.
Okay, is this the book that you guys were talking about on that one episode? And
Probably.
You said, well, I mean, the one episode. I think the last episode I listened
Oh, the one where I
to.
was like, oh, I'm halfway through the first book. And then the next episode, I was like, oh, I'm on book 6.
Yeah,
that was
and
that
Hannah
one.
was like shocked.
Yep.
She's like, "You're reading them?"
Yep.
You're like, "Yeah, I wanted to surprise you."
Listen,
Yeah.
this is the one. This is the one because I have read
Yeah.
this series 3 times in the last year. Start to finish.
Okay. Tell me the name again, because when you were first explaining it in the episode, I really wanted to read it, but then I got distracted by
we have a whole
your
bonus
voices.
episode that we recorded the day after I finished the last book.
Yeah, it was an emergency debrief. Like, we
It was
had to.
Yeah.
crazy. The first
As
one
you
in the
should.
series is called Unbroken Bond. Or
No, Broken Bones. Yeah.
Broken Bonds. I think I heard of that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all 6 are on Kindle Unlimited, so there's no reason not to read them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Other than the fact that I'm a procrastinator and I'm lazy as fuck.
if you read
Simple.
any book this year, it's a good one.
I'm reading Onyx Storm right now, so
Isn't everyone?
I'm not.
Yeah,
I haven't
true.
read it at all.
I'm not either.
either.
You're not alone.
Me and Jill were
no one
now-
here is except for Shay.
Are you enjoying it though?
I'm like 11% in. It's pretty good.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember how Iron Flame ended, so
Fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have the first edition of Fourth Wing because I got it when it came out, but then I just never read it. I'm a mood reader. I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Iron Flame was hard to get through. I'll just say that. It's very slow.
I feel like fantasy reads, especially I have to be in the mood to like read those types of books. Like I like more of the storylines of like really dark, like mafia, mob, like serial killer, like the kind of vibes like that. Fantasy ones, I have to be in the good mood or like the right mood to sit down and read something like that.
Yeah.
Well, then the Bonza tie might be a good one because it's urban fantasy, so it's set in the real world, but there is this sort of like organization, secret society situation.
Like it's still very
Yeah.
dark. There's a whole war going on, and they get graphic with like the descriptions of the violence that is happening in this society.
Specifically, the violence that they're very detailed about the violence that they would carry out for each other.
Like these are literally
Okay.
like the 6 most powerful people in their community, and they're using it to fight the war. Like it's insane. And they get crazy horny, and they have a bed that fits 6 people, so keep that in mind.
Oh my god. I need.
Momager has the cover up right now, and I've seen this cover, and the cover of this book is gorgeous. And like,
Yeah.
I'm a judge a book by its cover kind of gal, okay?
Oh, yeah.
And like, you can't lie to me and say you don't judge a book by its cover, because we all fucking do.
We all do.
But it's gorgeous,
Mhm.
and when I started reading again, like, what was it, like a year or 2 ago? It's been on my TBR for quite some time, so
It's worth
I think
it.
you guys have convinced me to
Yeah.
hop on that train.
Yeah, all 3 of the times I've read it, I finished it in under 2 weeks. So like the whole series.
And they don't seem like long books.
Well, the first one is 250, and then every single one after are between 530 to 550.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
Damn.
but it
I
does
mean,
not
I
feel
read-
like it.
It doesn't feel like it. Like
I
I
read
went into it
Madness.
expecting it to take like 2 months to read this series. I also read it in 2 weeks.
That's how you know it's good though.
It's so
Yeah.
good.
I fly
Yeah.
through. I was not expecting Jess to like it as much as she did, and then she just like
oh yeah.
like jump scared me with it, and I was like, oh my goodness, okay. She actually rated it higher than I did.
Yeah, it wet my whistle, okay?
It's a good.
Wet your whistle? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I love that.
Listen, Mr. North Draven. Okay.
Oh my god. Oh,
Mr.
I love
Gryffindor.
North.
Oh my gosh, love them. They're my favorite fictional men like ever.
Yeah. So,
Well, maybe I'll have some new book boyfriends, because it's been a
Oh.
minute since I've had one.
North is my number 1 book boyfriend.
He's everything.
Well, when I read it, we'll have to have a chat.
Oh, we will. We will. There is one line in specific, and I really don't want London to hear this, but it's too late. And so there's one line where North, it's mid-bang, and I know this line word for word. It's stuck in my brain so heavily. And
Just imprint it.
and it's during a threesome, and North isn't even the one fucking her, okay? He grabs her by her chin, and he goes, good fucking girl with that pretty bonded pussy. And I just, oh my god. It was crazy.
I'm soaked.
Exactly.
Girl, you gotta read it. It's really good.
Okay.
It's really good. And
So,
there's 6
I'll have
books
to
of
put
it.
Onyx Storm back on the shelf for a little bit if I can find room.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
my whole goal was to sell you, so.
I'm sold.
We'll have to have you back and do an emergency debrief every time one of
Yes,
us finishes
well-
it.
We'll have multiple emergency debrief episodes just for every time we get someone to read this series.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I love that so much.
Yeah, it's just so fun. I just love that series so much. It's my like comfort series at this point.
Seriously. I
Yeah.
can see myself rereading it this year, put it that way.
Well, my next one is Credence by Penelope Douglas.
Yeah.
I had to put it in there.
It had to make the cut.
What I wrote, though, is
Okay.
like very brief, but I can go into it a little bit more. So this girl's parents unalive themselves, and then she's invited to live on a mountain in the middle of nowhere with her estranged uncle and cousins, and they get snowed in for the winter, and she loses her virginity to her uncle willingly, and then hooks up with both of her cousins. But they're not blood related. So,
Disclosure.
disclosure.
So it's all fine.
Disclaimer.
Yeah.
So it's her step uncle, and it is a wide shoes, but it's not a true wide shoes, and I was very disappointed on who she chose at the end.
Oh no.
Because, like, of course, because one of the cousins, like, doesn't talk at all. He's like a mute.
Oh.
I'm like, okay, because, like, nobody's ever listened to her in her life, and blah blah blah, and it's all metaphorically, like, and then at the end of it, he talks, and I'm like,
That's like kind of gross. I won't lie.
Gave me the ick a little bit.
Yeah, like just like listening to that description, I'm like, actually, maybe I didn't agree. Maybe I'm a little glad the cover was sticky.
Maybe I'm glad it was used.
Yeah.
No, but I still think about this book to this day. It is a little bit of a slow burn. It doesn't get into anything. Like, it edged me. I'll say that. I was being edged. I got to chapter 12 and I'm like, I'm horny and I can't come. You know, that's how it felt reading the book. Like, why aren't you just hitting the clip properly, you know? So that's how it felt reading this book. And then once it does get into the spice, it's just like nonstop from there. But
Nice.
the scene with the cousins on the couch.
Oh my god. That one's forever engraved in my brain.
I will think about that. That puts me to sleep. Even though it edged me.
Wow.
I'm sorry to your family who listens to
Oh,
this,
no.
but I don't know them.
I have a feeling that most of them will not be here by now, so we are more than fine. Except for London. London is definitely still here, and we're just gonna live with that. But that's okay.
My cousin
She's
Rianne
cool.
is definitely still here. Hey, girl.
Hey.
My family is interesting. It'll be fine.
That's good. I have a very sex positive family, so when my grandmother told me that she listened to our podcast, I was like, why? And she's like, Cheyenne, I've heard you say worse things before. You don't have a filter. And I'm like, yeah, that's so true. Like, I come home and I'm like, Mom, you know what I did today? I fucked a cop. And she's like, Cheyenne, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm like, I'm single. It's fine.
Yeah,
I'm a criminal and I'm single. And
there are worse
it was
things
revenge.
to be doing.
Wow.
It was revenge.
Get it?
Oh my gosh.
For legal reasons, that's a joke.
That's my favorite line. All right. Who's next? Shay? No.
Oh, I just went.
You just went.
We read
Good
Credence.
God.
Yeah.
I told you I don't remember what's happening ever.
No, you're good.
Dumbitis.
You're good. Yes.
Inflammation of the
It's okay,
dumb
it's
bitch.
contagious. You listen to the podcast, you caught it. You're good.
Yeah.
It's not curable. It's for life.
Contagious.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly don't want to go back. But seriously, I'll be editing, and I'm like at 2 a.m, sat here laughing at my own jokes because I forgot that I made them.
Oh yeah.
It's really embarrassing.
Well, Momager has to listen to us once and then has to go in and edit it again
Wow.
over and over and over
Poor
again.
soul.
So
I do it one
At
go.
least with us, we don't know. We don't remember what we said when we record, right?
Yeah.
So it's like when you're listening to it again, it's like, oh, right, I'm actually hilarious.
See, I don't listen to it until it's already out and streaming, and so by the time it gets to me again, it's already in the public and people have heard it. And a lot of the time, like there was one episode, I don't remember what number it was, but people just kept messaging me and they're like, "Yo, this week is like actually hilarious. Like you guys were on some shit and it was great." And I was just like.
Like, I don't remember
Like,
that.
I have no fucking idea what is going on right now.
Please don't hold me to anything I said. I have no idea. I don't know.
I was like, oh no. I didn't get to listen to that episode for 3 days. And I was like, oh shit. Because, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm constantly like, please don't cancel me. Like, this is just who I am as a person. Like,
you
it's not going to
dissociate
change.
recording.
Yeah.
I do. And then people will be like when I met Allie, she's like, yeah, you seem so like outgoing and like extroverted. I'm like, no, girl, Jess just makes me feel safe and there's no one else here when I'm recording, so I just let it go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
On that note,
it's my turn.
Would you like to give us your next book?
So
Safe
sorry.
space.
I'm so sorry. Okay, my next one is Lights Out by Navessa Allen.
Oh, I just listened to this
Oh
one.
my god, I just read that one.
Yeah.
I have not.
Essentially, girl with a mask kink screenshots a like social media profile of someone that she follows that like makes the mask thirst traps and then sends it to a guy she's hooking up with being like, hey, can we like try this or whatever? And he's like, ew, no, which fuck him for kink shaming.
Yeah.
And then he shows it to his roommate and it turns out that his roommate is the guy. And so then he decides that he's going to go back through the comments on his videos looking for her and he finds her and he starts stalking her and then he breaks into her house in the middle of the night. Because technically she asked him to. And she's a trauma nurse, and so he like breaks in to like fuck her and then ends up taking care of her. And like, listen, I'm not saying like, please don't kidnap me, please don't stalk me, please don't break into my house in the middle of the night. I'm just gonna say that. However,
But if you were going to,
if you're going to like, and I come home and there's a stocked fridge and my driveway is shoveled, okay.
I won't complain.
Yeah,
there are worse ways to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. So, yeah, it was just a lot of fun. And if you've ever like been on Mask Talk, definitely check out Lights Out by Navessa Allen.
It was
you
really
had me
good.
at Mask Kink. So
Also, if you have Spotify, the audiobook is on there. I listened to it just recently because I've been having troubles actually reading something and like retaining information from it. So I play Sudoku on my computer at work for 8 hours a day and I listen to this audiobook. I'm a freak and I listen to audiobooks on 2 times speed.
Same.
But audiobook hilarious. What's his
Hell
name?
yeah.
Something Morgan. But he's amazing. Jacob Morgan. So funny. The way he adds personality to this character. Amazing. 10 out of 10 suggest. Audiobook.
Okay, I might have to do that for my reread. If I'm gonna reread.
It's technically not a reread if you're just listening.
Well,
it's
I mean,
basically a podcast.
listening counts as reading. Audiobooks count as reading.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I listen in the car all the time.
I feel like my car is always blasted way too loud, so like if I'm at a stoplight, somebody's gonna be able to hear it, and it's gonna be like, and I thrust it inside of her pussy, and she was so wet. And then they're gonna look at me, and they're gonna be like, I'm like, hey.
I do that. I don't care. People look at me and I just wave. Okay.
People will pull up next to me all the time, and they're staring at me, and I just stare back until they're comfortable.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you asked earlier if, like, how we feel about reading, like, romance, like, smut covers in public. I think the only time I've ever been embarrassed about reading a smut book in public was when I was listening to a smutty audiobook, and someone I knew, like, one of my male friends that I hadn't been close with in a while, like, got onto my bus, and I'm like, oh God, please don't see me, because I'm fully like listening to a smut book right now, and I just don't need this. It's the only time that I've been like, it was the smut audiobook that did it.
I don't typically like audiobooks, truthfully, but this one was really good.
Okay.
I don't like listening to smut scenes, though. It makes me uncomfy.
Audio roleplay, basically.
Yeah.
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 It makes me uncomfy, especially if I'm at work. And the end of Lights Out, can I spoil something? Can I
go
just
for
say
it.
what he
Yeah.
says? Okay. So when she's like, when they're fucking in the epilogue, and he says, and she goes, I love you. And he goes, I love you too, but don't say it again or I'll come. I audibly gagged.
Yeah, just listening to that, I was like, oh.
Oh.
And then
Okay.
you know what she does? She says, I love you. I'm like,
Oh, so she wants it to be over too. Got it.
yeah. So you're just as tired of this as I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
Glad we're on the same page.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm also the kind of person, when they fall in love, I get bored. But I only read romance. It's weird.
But you like the tension in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't want it to be slow either.
Yeah.
Hate each other. I need like a 6-book series where they just hate each other and then they fall in love in the epilogue. Like, leave the love out of it.
You're really gonna like the start of the bonds that tie.
Oh my God, yeah, because like, yeah, with one of the characters,
The beginning.
like with one of the guys, that's literally what you get. It's like 5 books
Oh, yeah.
of them hating each other.
And then they fuck in the 6th.
Amazing.
Yeah,
I love
it has
that.
a little bit of everything,
Because,
that book.
like, if you guys play like any kind of cozy games like Stardew Valley.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, like I always go for Shane because he wants absolutely nothing to fucking do with me. Like
He's
a
so
man
hard to
that
please.
wants
The only
nothing-
thing he likes is beer.
Yeah,
Beer, and he doesn't even like diamonds.
yeah. I'm a recovering alcoholic, and Shane is my man. Okay, like, let's go. I can fix him. Okay, and like, I think that's why I love guys that want nothing to do with me, because then I just fall in love with them, and then when they want something to do with me, I'm like, hey, you can go away now.
Like, go sit
Stop.
over there. Actually, that's too
Yeah.
much. You don't need to be doing
Like, I
all
will
that.
wipe Shane's memory after I marry him, just to do it over again.
Okay, you're gonna love Knox.
She likes the
then.
chase. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
my
my god.
gosh.
I can see it now. A Knox girly.
Maybe that's why I stayed in my relationship for 7 years, because he never wanted anything to do with me. That was a joke. You're allowed to laugh. Jesus Christ.
No, I was
Just
just like,
crickets.
oh man.
No, I'm sitting here because that just like hit close to
I was
home
just like,
to
whoa,
my last
flashback.
relationship. Yeah, I'm like, oh no.
That was like flashbacks, girl.
Too relatable.
Yeah. I was just like, yo.
I was in it for 5 years. Holy.
Oh, girl.
Yeah.
I'm currently like, this is the first time I've been single in my adult life.
The pod is the
year.
breakup project.
Yeah, the pod is the breakup project. Like, all right, fuck it, we ball, I guess. And now here we
I'm gonna
are.
make a podcast about it.
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh my gosh. All right, Jill, you want to give us our last book of the evening?
Yeah, actually funny. Lights Out was the one that I was going to do, but since you did that one, I'll go with my fallback. Shay, I don't know if you finished this one. I know you're still kind of reading it, but The Priest by Sierra Simone, I think is the author.
Yes. I'm currently listening to it.
Yeah, so it's not, I wouldn't say it's like super unhinged or dark or anything, but I think the fact that it's so like revolves around religion and stuff makes it like, I'm not religious at all, so to me it was super like out there.
Taboo.
But basically follows the main male character, who is a priest, and he's super stand-up guy, just wants to do good in the world and in God's eyes. And then this girl just comes into the church one day, into the confessional booth, and starts spilling a bunch of secrets. And they basically just, long story short, have a lot of sex in the church, on top of every surface, And I think they actually did it on the pew, I think is what it's called, at the front.
Or are you talking about like an altar?
Yeah. So there was a whole chapter or two about that.
Nice.
2 chapters.
Full heresy.
Yeah, I just ate it up because there was a lot of smut, to be honest. It was
Hell
a story where it's more of like they fall in love and everything, which is like gross. Like I don't always like that. But I just
Like, ew.
We're romance readers. We hate love.
Real.
But the smut was really good in it. I did quite enjoy that. So I think, I don't know, I thought that was a good book. Like I said, not really dark or super unhinged, but...
You said it was called The Priest. I'm adding that right now. And
Yes.
I need it right now.
Yes. Do it. Read it. It was like a
Okay.
short read too. I think it was only like 350 pages or something.
Oh,
So it's
brilliant.
like you'll get through it so quick.
I can finish that in like 2 days on the train.
The same guy who did the voice for what's his name on Lights Out is also the audio book. He does the same audio too, but he also does the girl part, and it's actually not that bad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there is a girl narrator, but only for her chapters, but not like for her dialogue in his chapters.
Okay.
Which
It's kind of weird.
But-
I don't know. But I guess it's kind of hard to read a script together
Yeah.
for chapters and stuff
it's
like
Without
that.
being
So-
actual actors.
yeah, I think it's kind of not considered a duet, but I'm listening to that one right now, and it's good. It's definitely weird listening to a priest swear.
It is weird. It is.
So,
Yeah.
and like the way that he thinks about her, and
Oh.
I just want to say the scene that I got up to before Spotify was like, "You have used up all of your hours this month. Fuck off."
I hate that.
It was one book. Is the scene I got up to is when she leaves his office and he jerks off at his desk.
Oh.
He's dirty.
That's in the bonds that tie too.
And feels so guilty because as a priest, you're not allowed to pleasure yourself.
Nope.
Oh, he struggles with that so much throughout the book of like trying to figure out, do you choose like the love, lust, desire, or your personal views and beliefs. So it's kind of interesting to see that play out too. There's a scene at the end as well in a strip club that was really good. I won't say that because you haven't finished the book yet, but that was also super hot too. So I'll give you that. Yeah.
Okay. We'll have to check it out.
Nice.
These are all such great
cool.
recommendations. I have so many new books to add to my TBR that I will never read.
I do have one honorable mention, given
Yes.
the guests on the show, and that is, of course, The Ritual by Chantal Tessier.
Yes.
Oh, preach.
My Bible.
We had to mention her.
That is my
We
religion.
could not have you on the show and not talk about Chantal Tessier for a moment. And
I appreciate that.
yeah, it was my personal goal to read The Ritual before recording with you guys. Like, before we had even asked you to record with us. I'm like, we're going to do it one day, and I have to read the book before then. So, yeah, the real lore drop is none of you had a choice in this. But
The real lore drop is that Jess has been like witchcraft manifesting this.
yeah.
Like we started the show.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I began it last year. I finished it like a week or two ago. And yeah, I immediately messaged your guys' pod Instagram and look, because I feel like I'm just jumping right to the very, very end of the book because it was just so impressionable. And I also have to say the main antagonist in the book has the same name as like my ex that was just a real piece of work. And
So it was easy to hate him.
oh my God, it was healing. He got brutally tortured and he didn't get the
Yes.
girl and he ended up getting murdered. I was just like, oh,
Okay,
You're like,
as
I
you're
feel
saying
good now.
this,
That was
because
great.
you sent the pod a message that night when you finished it, and I didn't reply because I'm like, I don't even know how the book ended.
Okay.
I should have replied, but I'm a total cunt bag.
Would
Sorry.
you like a rundown?
But no, but as you're saying this, when he got brutally like beat up, like literally tortured, I'm remembering now.
Okay, yeah, because oh my god, like sure the reveal right beforehand, but just the fact that like he didn't even give him the satisfaction of it being a big deal, how all of the other lords left and he didn't even do it himself. He just went, he told fuck, I don't even remember his friend's name.
Tyson?
I think so. I think it was the one that owns the club.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, that's
Tyson.
Tyson.
Yeah.
Girl, if you've only read The Ritual,
Yeah, I've only read the first
you
one
need to
so
go
far.
into it because all of the books, once you get to madness, you're gonna be mad. Like it's gonna be like, why the fuck has all this happened? Because every book is connected, and when you read The Sinner, you're gonna read it from somebody else's perspective because it's on the same timeline as Riot and Blakely.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
It took me a little bit to get into it at first. However, I really liked how the beginning, it was just like, okay, prologue, and then it was just murder after murder after murder after murder. And it was like, you have my attention.
Yeah, Jess just needs
Lots
violence.
of murder.
If there's violence and murder and
a
gore,
little bit of blood, and I am there.
Yes.
And so, yeah, and just like, I appreciate that even like it set the tone right off the bat, but then it still kept like increasing the tensity, and it was just like I didn't think that it was gonna get crazier than that, and then it just kept doing it. I was like, whew.
I feel like all the books too, like the further you get into the series, you're like, you read one book and you're like, damn, that was fucking crazy. And then you read the next one and you're like, that was crazy. And it literally just like progresses so much from there.
Wow.
And yeah, like Chey said, when you get to like madness, you're like, what?
That's thrilling.
What the fuck is going on? But it's so good.
You have so many answered questions, but so many unanswered questions. Like, in her fan page on Facebook, people have had to make, like, charts. And I can just imagine her room, like Chantel's, like, writing room, just being a bulletin board with, like, string on it. Because
oh my God, the Charlie
there's
Day
so many
meme.
things I forget. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel when I'm explaining madness or explaining that series to someone.
Yeah.
You have to be into it. Like, it's crazy.
okay, I gotta get on it. I haven't even read The Ritual yet. I have to get on it.
I would die for that one.
Oh my God.
And, like, it's so hard to talk about the books because you don't even know where to start.
There's just so much.
Yeah. Especially with The Ritual.
yeah.
'Cause
It's
like,
crazy.
I felt like I watched a whole TV season 1 just by reading that book.
Because
So much
it feels
happened.
like it's like the whole school year. It's like you know how Harry Potter, it's like every movie is a whole school year.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Okay, so like, so I have not read The Ritual and I'm not familiar with it other than just like listening to your guys' show and hearing you guys talk about it now. So like I used to be like pretty much exclusively a fantasy reader, and so is it sort of like how fantasy authors will sometimes have like a multiverse situation and like all their series like interconnect and you get cameos from all these different characters? Is it kind of like that but for dark romance?
Yes.
But like within
Yes,
one
so-
series.
Oh my god, I gotta go. I
Yeah,
gotta get
so
on
she
this.
has another series that Jill has all my books of and
I
hasn't given them
know.
back.
I know. I will
But
return them one day.
I'm not worried. Look, girl, I got no room on this shelf. Okay, I've been giving books away at this point. But she has another series that she started before the Lord series called The Dark Kingdom. And it's about 4 brothers who pretty much own Las Vegas Strip. And they call themselves the Kings. And those are really short books, maybe less than 200 pages. You don't have to know those books really at all when you read the Lord series, but they do make appearances coming closer to the last 2 books that she's written. So that's in Carnage and Madness. And she just announced the title of her newest book, which is Chaotic.
There's more?
Or Chaos.
Like she's not done.
Oh, she's still
Yeah.
writing. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's still writing.
Okay. She seems like the Sarah J. Maas of the dark romance world.
Yeah, I call her the Taylor. I'm not a Taylor Swift fan. Sorry.
I'm not either.
But
really.
I call her, I call her the Taylor Swift of dark romance because she leaves little Easter eggs everywhere.
Yeah.
And her TikToks, I refuse to watch them right now because they make me go crazy.
Yeah. That's like
listening
that's
to
like Sarah J. Maas.
the episode of you going over her TikToks and all the theories involved there.
That was the best.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh my
I
God.
love that.
All the
wrote shit down.
predictions.
I'm probably going to do it again.
As
That
you
was
should.
crazy.
I have to study them.
Hey, we got
yeah.
a year to figure that out. Yeah, we'll have to do an episode for sure.
I think, like, right now she just has a placeholder for January of 2026, I think, is what the date is for that book, but she says it's just a placeholder, so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
I've got 1 year to read all of them. But I've got pace it
Yes.
so that it'll still be fresh when it comes out. So,
Yes, exactly.
I got lots of time.
Because
challenge.
Madness, the newest book, is over 800 pages long.
Oh, fuck.
So,
She's a big
thick
boy.
That's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
see, I'm a fantasy reader. That's like nothing. That's like,
Yeah, I read it in 2
standard.
days.
So fair.
You see how
Yeah.
thin those contemporaries are? 250 to 350.
We were planning our genre swaps, and I'm like, okay, is this one it's like 450? Is that like a good length? And she's like, that's so long. I'm like, girl, no, it's not.
Like, sometimes I can't get through a book that's like 200 pages, but I can get through an 800-page book in 2 days. Like, don't ask me how.
Yeah.
It do be like that sometimes.
Well, I struggle with that with school. It's literally like a prof will be like, hey, can you read this 15-page article about this one classic book? And I'm like, no, I can't do that because but like a
Absolutely not.
800-page fantasy book, I'm like knocking it out in 3 days. It's nuts.
Yeah. I absolutely cannot do that, sorry.
And in the time that I was supposed to be reading that book, I read 3 romance novels. You know I did.
It's the
I feel like
priorities, right?
I became very intimidated by you guys as your poetry episode.
Oh my god,
Oh my
why?
God.
Don't be intimidated by us.
Because I was like, what are these words? Like, all 3 of us were just sitting on my bed, listening to it on, like, Spotify on my TV. And we're like, well, let's play along. Like, let's try to figure out what these poems are about. Momager was right 90% of the time. And then I'm like, I don't even know if these words even go together.
They don't. That's the thing about poetry. This is what I'm saying.
They're not even sentences. They're just
Yeah.
words.
Yeah,
They're just
18th
words.
like 19th century poetry and 18th century poetry, like they were just really like throwing words at the wall and just like, and like all the authors are high because everyone's on
Oh, yeah.
opium. Like it's like not that serious. It's actually really fun.
I guess when you know things like that,
Yeah.
it makes it more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's less intimidating.
Yeah.
Like St. Coleridge, he was gone.
Oh my God. Such a stoner.
Yeah. Bro had
Love
no
that guy.
idea what
My
was, he was
hero.
in the clouds.
He's who I aspire to be.
Like they were people too. Like they're not that serious. Like
There were people.
they were just people. They were really just men. Like they didn't actually have jobs or anything that they did. Like
Oh, so like all my exes. No, I'm kidding.
yeah, oh my god, no, don't be intimidated. We are not we are not that serious over here.
Everything that I say, I just pull right out of my butt. So
Yeah, directly. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just noticed that you're wearing your thick-skinned and horny t-shirt.
I am. It's my rhino shirt. Yeah, thick-skinned and horny.
oh
just
my
for
god,
you guys.
I love that.
Yeah.
shirt.
Amazing.
In the spirit. Yeah.
Oh,
well,
perfect. This is wonderful.
would you guys like to talk about where we can find you?
Oh, yeah. You can find our Instagram and our TikTok at Smuts After Dark Podcast. We don't post a lot, but that's where you can find updates when we make them.
We're both so bad with socials. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like it is so hard, and I feel like we fall off the face of the earth for so long, and then all of a sudden we're just like, we're gonna start posting more, and we do, and then it's like,
We make one
take a
post.
2-week break now. Like, We're so bad for it.
We all three of us, me, Jill, and Momager, we all have really bad social anxiety. So like whenever somebody messages us, including you guys, I'm like, it's gonna take like 5 business days to reply to this because I don't know how. And it's not that it's hard to reply, and it's not that like you guys are hard to talk to because you're not. It's just we don't know what to say.
Yeah, girl, I have social anxiety
No
too.
thoughts, just vibes.
I'm an introvert. I'm a socially awkward, introverted only child. I'm not socialized. Like, I have no idea. So you're not alone.
No.
Okay, so
we are all
I really hope you guys don't take our late replies offensive
Oh, no.
or like non-replies offensive.
No.
Because it's just us being like either fangirling or like being like, how do I reply?
It's mutual.
How do I sound
fangirling.
professional?
Yeah. Oh,
But yeah, I guess, I mean, if you want to listen to our podcast, our Unhinged podcast, we are on Apple Podcast and Spotify, and that's just Smuts After Dark.
yeah. It's a great show.
Nice.
Give
It's
it a
a
listen.
great show. Give it a
Yeah.
listen for sure.
We should have a couple episodes posted by now, since because at the moment we only have our episode with Rosalind Sterling, so we did a
Oh my god, that was
episode
so
with an
good.
author.
Yeah.
That was really fun.
Yeah.
That was a great one. I want to read her books now.
Those ones are more professional, if you can say that. They're less unhinged than most of the other ones. So
Yeah.
if you want to listen to some unhinged ones, which ones would you say would be our most unhinged ones, Jill?
Our most unhinged?
Yeah.
Honestly, I can't even keep track at this point of how, like, I think they're all equally as unhinged.
I feel like you guys got progressively more unhinged as you got more comfortable, and I'm here for
I
it.
think
So
too.
have we.
So have we.
Case
I
in
feel-
point.
Yeah, I think we started taking ourselves a lot less serious because
Yeah.
before it was like a stressful thing for us where it's like, oh, we have to record. What do we record? How do we say this? And then we just got so wrapped up in our heads. And then it just got to a point where I'm like, I've decided to play a character, but like it's not really a character. It's still me, but it's an exaggerated version of myself. So
Dramaticized.
yeah, so everything that you hear on there is all true, but sometimes it's just more so my thoughts and not really what I would do IRL,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Does that take away from the mystery?
You gotta let the intrusive thoughts out somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Big time.
But no, I feel like we didn't take it very seriously, and we just sort of decided that we wanted to create something that was just like very low stakes, no pressure, like safe space. Just we wanted people
Yeah.
to feel like they
Just
were
talk
just
about
hanging out with
books.
us. Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, and you succeed.
Yeah, you guys do too. I love listening to you. Like just chilling, cleaning my room that constantly gets messy, and I'm
Same.
like, I have friends. My friends are here with me.
Seriously, we can get a group chat going if you want, girl.
Yes.
Oh my god. That'd be
Yes,
so
we
fun.
do. Momager doesn't have any socials, so he uses Smuts After Dark. So we'll have to put our personal socials plus Smuts After Dark in there, because if you don't include him in the group chat, he will cry.
He is
We
invited
will
to
always
everything.
include Momager. Yeah. Forever.
Yeah, 100%. Cool. Well, yeah, go give Smuts After Dark a listen, everybody. You must.
Yeah. And if you're looking for us, we are on Instagram or Threads at Badly Annotated Pod, or you can email us at badlyannotatedpod@gmail.com. And all of our links, including Fable, is available through the link in our Instagram bio. And with that, spiciest of wishes, hottest of regards.
Oh shit, that's me. Shit, that's me, sorry. Yeah, thank you so much also to you guys for being on our show. And yeah, sincerely, Jess and Hannah and Chey and Jill and Momager.
The whole gang, the whole shebang.
Yeah,
Fearsome
thanks for
Fivesome.
having us. It was just
Yeah,
fun.
thank you. This was awesome.
Of course. It was great.